Guys, the rental market is going bananas, and tenants are always asking us on that initial first inspection, what can they do to stand out from the crowd if they love the property? Stay tuned. We're going to go through that right now.
Good morning, Mark Novak.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, how are you?
I am good. I'm good. How are you?
Excellent, bud. Excellent.
Cool.
So both of you guys are in rentals.
Yes,
Charlie,
sir.
Sam, you're both in rentals. You've called yourself the Young Guns.
Yeah, Young Guns of
And
Novak.
and you're out there every day meeting with prospective tenants, conducting open houses, and there's a couple of little tricks there of what people can do to put up their sleeve to stand out, because if you keep missing a rental property, it's just so frustrating, and you go, what's wrong with my application? What can I do to stand out? Let's talk about it right now.
Yeah. Let's talk about some key aspects that are very important in the tenants world. How to be the perfect tenant. I think you can't be. There's no perfect tenant, but there's certainly, things you can do to make yourself better than the rest.
Look better. Yeah. So we're talking, as soon as you hit that inspection, you look around the place, you fall in love, you go, I want this place. I don't want anyone else to get it. What can I do to make that myself a better tenant? In the eyes, what's our first steps? I'd say definitely dressing.
100%. So, making that first line with the agent, having a chat with the agent, getting to know them a bit. It could be as simple like, how's your day going? Just little things that will make the agent remember you. And so you'll stick out from the other people that are also inspecting and also interested in the property.
At the end of the day, it's people and people working together. People respect other people who are polite, friendly. So it's, just the little things that you can change about yourself, always dressing to impress. And then the steps from easy from there on out.
So from then
because
on,
I guess, guys, what can happen is also you can become quite depressed about it, because you may be like putting application after application after application, and it's not even you sort of may end up going, mate, what's wrong with me? Why aren't I getting these properties? It's just because there's a lot of competition out there. But these things that you're talking about are we often think, well, it doesn't matter how I look on the outside, it's how I am on the inside. But I guess there is that saying that 80% of people decide within the first 15 seconds. The first 15 seconds creates 80% of the impression. I'll say it again. The first 15 seconds creates 80% of the impression. So what you're saying, clothes, super important, eye contact, introduction, is, what you want it to be a memorable approach, yeah?
Exactly. And especially when we're the agents going through those applications. And if we do get a number of those applications and we see your name stick out, or, a certain detail you told us about that's in the application, we'll remember those times where we've had that chat, or, just spoke to each other, and I guess we'll go from there. It's just a bit easier. But
I've got a tip. Good morning, Jeff. How are you, you legend? And Sean, how are you, buddy? Michelle, g'day. I've got a tip. Your name and number on a piece of paper, an email address. So if you've got that, printed out a Word or a business card, for example, and you give it to everyone you go through, particularly if you've got a name that has an unusual spelling or an unusual email address, to give that to the agent is so much easier. That's pretty memorable.
100%. I do get it from time to time. Certain business owners. They're looking for a rental and they just give me their business card. And, to this day, I still have a couple on my desk, just floating around, but most definitely memorable. Moving forward, the next step. So you fall in love with the property, want to secure it, what to do. Best thing, just trying to get that application in as soon as possible. It's very easy. Just get it in. try and secure your spot before the crowd gets to it.
What I've been telling people recently as well is even before an inspection, having that application in. Now, we've spoken about this before on live. You don't have to go ahead with an application should you be approved.
Yeah.
So you can send out as many applications as you want. As soon as you see that property, if you are in love with it, we can just go straight ahead. If it's already prepped, already ready, we just don't have to waste any time, and you can just get in before everyone else and just go straight in.
Exactly.
And you're really just cutting in front of people in regards to time. When normally we'd have to consider applications, do all references, we can just walk straight in with the already processed application, talk to the landlords, and just get that ball moving as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And also, guys, I think tenants out there, if you're going to be applying for a property, find out who's assessing the application. Good morning, Lisa Novak. Treat everyone, every single person like amazing human beings, vendors, tenants, and buyers. It's true. But
Amen.
I think as a prospective tenant, when you do send that application in, find out for that property who will be assessing the application in the real estate agency, and try to get that into the person's hands. So they may say to send it to an info address or something. Send it there, but also get in the hands of the person making that assessment. That's the person that you want. When that landlord asks about you, if that person making the application can say, yeah, look, I met them, they came into the office and said g'day when they dropped off the application, or they called me and told me a little bit more of a background further to the application, I reckon that's a bit of a gun move.
Definitely so.
Yeah.
And in most cases, it'd be the leasing consultant, like it is here at Novak Properties. So whether you're myself, John Ovescio, just people like that, having them in your back pocket, our phone numbers saved in your phone already can really make that go a long way.
Even as well, I do get it from time to time with prospective tenants I've met in the past. They give me a call up. You know, I met a guy the other day. Oh, not the other day, sorry, a couple of months back. And he phoned me up the other day just asking if there's any rentals available. He's looking to move, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it was good having a chat with him because I remember him coming to one of my opens and, you know, I took him to a couple of places. Unfortunately, he decided to go with another property, but still keeping that relationship is very key.
Got it. Okay, so what we're talking about this morning, and if you got any questions, guys, just ask. This is a live show. What we're talking about this morning is being when you're making an application, how you can stand out for a rental property, the tips and tricks that you can use that real estate agents will notice. What are the other things, guys, that from inspection to perfection will create that perfect inspection for you, so you can get up, because it's going to get harder. The rental market is definitely going to get harder, so these things are really, really important to keep up your sleeve.
The next step has got to be supporting documentation. 100%.
Did you read that? Did you read what Jeff Luby just wrote? He's a mongrel. That you go out of business for as a real estate agent, just so everyone knows. Yeah.
So the next step would definitely be supporting documentation. Now, submitting an application, we do need supporting documents to accompany your application. Now, that just whether it's a photo ID just to prove your identity, bank statements, pay slips, stuff like that. We need that attached just so we can provide the landlord with a bit more information. Now, if we receive an application, they've got nothing attached, we need to then spend that next few days chasing up, going back and forth, getting a few more documents, and then not having enough. Better hope so. And then just going back and forth. Then that's time wasted. That's time where we've got other applicants who have already got that documentation in, getting that foot in the door, and already making that move with the landlord. Whereas if you love a property, you need to get that in first. So we don't have to waste any time whatsoever.
Yeah, it's important. Just those little things, having those documents ready, making sure your references are up to date and they are on your application. It will save you so much time. It will save us so much time as well. And it just makes the process much easier for everyone involved. You know, you'll be able to secure that dream property much quicker rather than us following up with, you in regards to a pay slip or a bank statement. But yeah, it's very important having those documents ready to go when you do find that property.
Also, guys, I think it's not just as a prospective tenant, find out what the landlord wants. You may find that the landlord's had the property vacant for a long time. Well, guess what? That landlord's thinking, I want to rent it today, not in 2 or 3 weeks' time. The landlord may have had a bad experience coming out of the last tenancy on repairs, and you can actually say, talk about here's my rental ledger from the last property. We were a great tenant. We didn't ask for much, or whatever. But I think that as a tenant, if you hold the conversation right, you can learn a little bit about the play. You can learn a little bit about the landlord, and then and what they want, and then when you put your application in, you may learn that there's a lot of applications already in, and you may choose to offer a bit more, $5 more. You may choose to offer 3 months up front, but you've got to get into the landlord's mind a little bit by asking the agent the right questions as well.
Definitely so. And again, with that, just to add, all property facts under all our adverts say a little bit about that. We give a bit of information up front, whether it's considering pets, whether it's looking ideally for a 12-month, maybe even 24-month lease. Just details like that. Yeah. So if you go and if you're offering maybe 6 to 3 months, and we clearly advertise we're looking for a 12-month lease, you might just need to renegotiate with yourself a bit, talk to your family, talk to everyone around you, and just see what you can do to try and match exactly what you said, what the landlord is looking for.
So moving forward, another key point is ensuring all your terms are correct and in line with your move-in date. So that's another very important factor that, for a tenant, you need to consider.
Yeah. Sorry, say that again.
So it's just ensuring that all your move-in date is all sorted. You have enough time to get yourself prepared for that big move. You're not stressing out when it comes to, not rushing around, I should say, in the last week of your current place, and you're trying to find something and you're stressing out. You don't know what to do. Can't get your application in. It's the best thing I advise to tenants is, once you get given that notice that you have to vacate the property or whatever the circumstance may be, start looking. It doesn't hurt to just ask around, call that agent about that one property, it doesn't hurt looking around.
Yeah. As the agent speaking, we can't hold you to anything.
And also,
go ahead. Sorry, Mark.
Yeah, got it. Also overlapping your new rent with your old rent by a couple of days or a week. Sometimes can be better for the landlord that you're taking the property for, because you're going to be renting it a bit sooner, but also better for you because it's not as much of a heart attack move on 1 hour of one day. Do you know what I mean? That you can actually just gradually move over the course of a week, save a bit more money on removalists. They're only moving the big stuff on one day, and then you can just get in there, give the property a bit of a tidy up yourself. That's good. And that's good for these circumstances because you're taking it effectively a couple of days or a week earlier, which is going to help you get more money into the landlord's pocket. They're going to love you sooner.
Yeah, it's always a bit of trouble when people get into these situations and don't have a plan. We're always getting calls. Keys can't be handed back for certain properties, stuff like that, because they just need that extra time, just because they haven't solidified a plan. Having a really good vacate and I guess ingoing plan is always beneficial.
Yeah, another thing as well, not much people really touch on is ensuring you have that holding deposit ready to be paid. Just say your application goes well, landlord loves it, agent loves it, everyone's happy, ready to secure the property, and we have to wait a day or so to take that holding deposit. Within that day, we're still taking applications. We're still doing private inspections, opens. It's just a lost opportunity for you to secure, that perfect property. So it is very important that you do have that holding deposit ready to go when it's ready to go, essentially.
Yeah. We get calls about this all the time. Yeah, properties
it can
aren't taken up.
Sorry, you go. It can put a bad flavor in the landlord's mouth if
Definitely so, yeah.
you go to accept the application and it just takes a long time for that deposit to come across.
Yeah.
Early on in the process, if you're seeing hesitation like this, it's just, like you said, a bad taste in the mouth. You want it really smooth. You want it almost like a liquid process. Just approved, holding deposit taken. And we get people calling all the time, inquiring about this. A property isn't taken off the market until we take that holding deposit.
Yeah.
We're still, like Sam said, still doing private inspections, still presenting applications. Not yet. Approval from a landlord doesn't mean much until that holding deposit is taken.
Yeah. And then once that advert's offline, and then we're all good to go. And then we'll begin the ingoing process of getting you situated into the new property, or into the property, I should say.
So, guys, thank you. Hopefully we'll help some prospective tenants out there on what you guys are looking for in the rental market. So when you're doing open houses, what you're looking for with prospective tenants, when the paperwork comes in, what you're looking for prospective tenants, and most importantly, that they're the things that generally you're looking for is for the landlord. So that's really what the landlord's looking for, and we're doing that on their behalf.
Yeah, awesome. So easy. Thanks for speaking with us, Mark.
Wonderful. Got a day of putting this into practice now.
Thank you, gents.
Good luck at your opens.
That's it. And the rental market's going hot. So make sure you get these ducks lined up that we spoke about today, everyone.
100%. Enjoy your day, Mark.
See you
Thanks
later.
for watching, guys.
Two guys. See you, everyone. Thanks for watching. Yeah, bye.